This collection is all about the God of Thunder. What's up everyone, Jemillio here with another SUPERX product breakdown. As always, I like to change my backgrounds when I'm talking about a new character. We're of course talking about Thor, like you can tell from the title. Now, I'm not a big Thor fan. I don't dislike the character. It's just, you know, whenever I try to read any of his comics, or I would watch him in animated media, he speaks kind of old world English. I'm like, okay, whatever. They modernized him in the Marvel movies, and I really only like seeing him in the team up films. I thought he was awesome in Infinity War, you know, when his entrance with Stormbreaker and everything, that was cool. He was good, he was funny in Endgame. I liked Thor Ragnarok. The first Thor movie to me was just sort of a generic fish out of water story. Like, I've never been here before. Like, okay, all right. For me, it was kind of forgettable. Thor the Dark World was even more forgettable. I almost forgot what that movie was about as soon as I walked out the theater. And then the fourth movie, Thor Love and Thunder, I hate that movie. I think it's one of Marvel's worst. There are a few times in my life where I almost walk out of a theater because the movie is just that bad to me. Like, I don't want to watch it anymore at all. I was right there. I almost walked out of Thor Love and Thunder. I like Chris Hemsworth. I think he's really helped in kind of bringing his character to life, but the characters just sort of hit and miss with me. And the reason why I bring that up is, one, because in these videos I like to talk about the characters and kind of what I like and what I don't like. It's my video, it's what I like to do, kind of nerd out with you guys a little bit. But also, I don't have a character love bias on this collection, because sometimes a collection may not be the best necessarily, but if you love the character, you're gonna get it, because you see the character's logo on there and it reminds you of the character. I don't have that. I'm basically just kind of strictly looking at the clothes as they are. So what do I think about it? And we're gonna first start off with the limited edition zip-up hoodie. I'm 5'10", 190 pounds, and I'm wearing a large in everything that you see in this video. So the details on this hoodie, I think, are great. It's got this sort of great, I don't know what you would call, like a charcoal gray. You've got mesh all on the upper chest and at the obliques. You have heat transfer strips on the chest and detailed stitching there also. You have red piping all over this thing. You have the 3D stitching that you see on the torso. You see that on all their other garments. You have 2 zipper pockets on the front. And one of the features that I think is really cool is the zipper. The zipper tab is custom made. It looks like Mjolnir. So you see that triquetra in the middle there, and the zipper tab is kind of shaped like the top of that hammer. And then on the very back, you have the triquetra also as an embroidered patch. Now, I want to talk about the overall design of this. Well, actually, first, before I get into that, let me talk about the fabric. The fabric is a cotton polyester spandex blend. Very silky, very comfortable. It's got a good amount of stretch to it. It's the same fabric they use on all their other hoodies. So, you know, if you're new here, you can kind of watch some of those other videos. I get into the fabric details, but basically, you know, it keeps you warm while still allowing airflow, and it moves with your body. Now, one of the things that impressed me so much about this design is, if you remember, see, I'm a longtime SUPERX wearer. I got my first tracksuit back in 2019. I've been wearing their clothes for the last 6 years. And before SUPERX got to what it is today, they didn't have any licenses. All the stuff they made was inspired by a character. So if they made like a Daredevil inspired, or Thor inspired, or Superman inspired, or whatever, it was just that, inspired by. No logos, no big stuff across the chest. It was very, very kind of, I would say it was more simple designs, and it really could sort of let the spirit of the character come through, because you couldn't rely on logos. I love this design, I really do. Now you might be saying, well, yeah, of course you do. You see that in a lot of your videos. But the reason why I love this design is because I get kind of a nostalgia feeling from it. I'm the kind of person that I don't like big giant logos. I don't like big stuff across my chest. And the stuff they used to make was a little bit more of that, because they couldn't use the logos. This reminds me of that. A lot of the OG SUPERX fans like that sort of just more it's more minimalistic. It's still bold. Like there's nothing that you're gonna find on the market that looks like this. When you walk in a gym or you walk outside in this, you're gonna turn some heads because you can't get this anywhere else. But it doesn't scream what the character is. It's almost like if you know, you see the inspiration. The inspiration that I see is really more so in the stitching and the shape kind of the torso. It reminds me of his suit. Of course, like the zipper tab, all that kind of stuff. And as someone that, like I said before, I'm not a big Thor fan, I love this design. Like I would wear this, even though I'm not a big Thor guy, just because I think the design is so strong on its own. So those are my thoughts. I really, really like the design of this hoodie. It fits great. It is a little bit more of a slim fit, so it's a little bit tighter in the arms and chest, a little bit elongated in the body, so it kind of covers your stomach up more, and it kind of accentuates your physique. My sizing recommendation for the hoodie is going to be stay true to size. I wear a large in all my other hoodies, and I wear a large in this. So there's no reason I would say to size up or down. Now we're gonna move on to the joggers. Now the joggers, the same thing. I love the design on these. They have the same detail on the zipper tab, on the back zipper on the left side, and on the right side they have a zipper pocket. The left side is an open pocket, but you have these reflective strips on the thigh. Now on this one you have a hammer silicone logo. You don't have that on the hoodie. And then I love the detailing around the knees. There are zippers on the at the ankles here. So they haven't done that in a while. They haven't put zippers on the ankles in a bit. I'm not a big fan of that. It's very, very, it just makes it a little bit tighter around the calf. I don't like zippers around the calf. It's just a preference of mine. I don't think it negatively affects the garment. It's just, I just don't like zippers there. You have mesh detailing on the back, and at the crotch area, it's a gusset stitch. So the gusset is like a separate patch they put at the crotch area instead of having a seam that runs all the way down. So it prevents your pants from splitting because there's no seam running through the middle. The joggers are very, very comfortable. It's the same cotton polyester spandex blend that the hoodie is made out of. I think the set all together looks fantastic. And again, I have the same thing to say about these. I love the design. As a, again, person who's not a big Thor fan, I would rock these for sure, just because I think the design looks so good on its own. My sizing recommendation on these is going to be true to size also. I'm wearing a large. No need for me to size up or size down. So whatever size you normally wear in joggers, I would say stick to that in these. Now we're gonna move on to the performance shirt and tank top. I'm gonna move a little quicker through these because they're pretty much the same, except one has sleeves and one doesn't. Both of them have, the base fabric is nylon and spandex. So it's this very silky smooth feel. If you've gotten their performance shirts in the past, these feel better than that. So it's like the fabric, it almost feels upgraded. Ton of stretch on this. In terms of the details on here, you have a silicone triquetra in the middle of the chest. You have this flat lay red stitching that is all these different panels of fabric stitched together, so you get this sort of 3D look. All their stuff is hand stitched, and you get this extra bit of detail on their performance shirts that you're not really gonna get anywhere else. You have mesh detailing under the arm and on the upper back, and the tank top pretty much has all of the exact same features. This feels great. I love how these feel. They're quick drying. They keep you cool, they wick away moisture. So even though they do soak up some moisture, nylon does soak up some, it will soak up sweat, it will soak up water. It's very, very fast drying because of the fabric. So I love this kind of fabric. My sizing recommendation for this is going to be true to size. I wear a large in my regular performance shirts and tank tops, and I'm wearing a large here, and I would say stick to the exact same size that you normally get in tank tops and shirts. Very quickly, I just want to ask, if you find this video helpful, if you're finding it helpful, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos. Looking at the layered shorts, again, I'm wearing a large in these. Now, the overall structure, the way they're made, the fabric, the way they feel, the fit, it's the same as all of the other layered shorts that SUPERX has come out with for their other collections. So if you've seen the Darth Vader collection, the Power Rangers collection, Superman collection, the Joker collection, they all have the same structure in their layered shorts. So nothing that kind of changed much with these. You have 4 pockets total on here. You have a zipper pocket on the left and the right, and you have 2 open pockets on the under compression layer. Under layer on here is cool because it looks like lightning. It looks like Thor's lightning when he, smashes down Mjolnir or calls it from the heavens or whatever. So very, very cool looking shorts. It matches with everything else. Again, not a whole lot to kind of go over here. In regards to the sizing, I would recommend true to size. No need to size up or down in these. I mean, if you size down in these, they are going to be certified nut huggers. I do not recommend that. And I don't recommend really sizing up because then the waistband's probably gonna be a little bit too big. So, I wear a large in all my other layered shorts from other activewear brands, and I wear a large in these, and I'm glad that's the size that I'm wearing. Yeah, that's what I would, that's what I recommend. Let's move on to the very last item, the graphic joggers. The relaxed fit graphic joggers were first introduced with the Joker collection. There were 2 colors with that one. And this one, we have one, but it's the same fit, the same feel, the same fabric as those. So it's very heavy. It is 100% cotton. You don't get that kind of cotton poly spandex blend. These aren't like performance wear. They're just heavy, soft sweatpants, essentially. Some of the details on this are you have a different embroidered hammer that isn't on any of the other items, and you have like a cool silkscreen lightning that goes down the left leg on the front and the back, and you have 2 pockets that are open on the left and the right side. Now, as you can tell, again, these are very relaxed, very big, very baggy. These are not my cup of tea. I don't like how they kind of balloon out at the bottom. That's the style. So I can't even say like, this is something that I haven't seen a bunch of other companies do. I live in an area where a lot of people wear these kinds of joggers. They'll pair them with like, Crocs or whatever. And I see it in the gyms all the time. For me, it's just not my cup of tea. I don't like how they, just kind of how big they are at the bottom of the leg. I probably would like it more if there was a taper at the bottom. That's just my personal preference. I can't necessarily fault the pants for it. It doesn't really get in the way of anything. It's just not my style. So if if you like that style, go for it. They are very comfortable though. One thing that I would recommend in terms of sizing is go with your normal size. If you try to size down, it's not gonna change the fit. So if I wear a large in my sweatpants. If I get a large in these, if I get a medium in these and try to size down, it's not gonna fit closer to my leg. It's still gonna kind of bell bottom out. That's just how they're made. So I wouldn't try, if you don't like the style, I wouldn't try to size down to make it fit you differently, and I wouldn't try to size up for sure. It's just, do you like it or not? If you do like it, get your normal size, and that's kind of what I would recommend. And that's gonna wrap up this product breakdown. If you guys saw anything in this video that you like and you want a discount, use my code at checkout, Jemil, Jemil, to give you 15% off. Not just the Thor collection, but anything else on their site, and it helps support me directly to keep making these videos for you guys. If you missed out on any of their past drops, sizes sold out, collections totally sold out completely, check out their resale site. It's called Rebirth. I'm gonna leave a description down below. You can check that out. Also, I am a personal trainer and online coach. That's my day job. So if you have any issues reaching your fitness and nutrition goals, you feel like you're stuck, you need help, let me know, reach out to me. I'm gonna leave a link to my website in the description below. I like to always close out these videos with a question. What is your favorite Thor movie or comic? I haven't really read many Thor comics, but let me know what your favorite one is if you have one. Mine is probably Thor Ragnarok. It's probably, I think, my favorite thing I've seen, not I've seen Thor in, but like his movie. I liked him better in Infinity War, but in terms of his movie, I'll probably say Thor Ragnarok. Let me know what you think. See you guys in the next video.